Hello ladies and gentlemen, and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host, Brett Murphy, and for today's video, I have a brand new ranking for you all. And I am going to be ranking every upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe project from least to most excited. So as most of you likely know, San Diego Comic-Con took place just last weekend, and Marvel had a ton to unveil. Lots of shows, lots of movies, lots to talk about. So I figured why not dive right in and reveal to you all which projects I am the most excited about and which projects I really couldn't care less for. The one criteria I do have set for this ranking though is that it has to be a confirmed project. So although, yes, we know that the X-Men or mutants of some sort are coming at some point, but given that we don't have an official release window, we don't have a title, no casting or directing news or confirmation, nothing to tell us that it's actually in active development. And I believe that I heard over the weekend that it has something to do with rights potentially too, and they might not even be able to start working on X-Men themed things until after 2025. Something along those lines, I don't really remember, you can look it up if you want to. Nevertheless, that means that you will not be seeing anything X-Men related except for the animated series X-Men 97 here on this list. And even without including the X-Men, we still have a massive 31 projects on this list, so yeah, there's more than enough to talk about as is. Before we hop into the actual ranking itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos, so be sure to check that out and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Number 31. I Am Groot. Look, I'm sure this is going to be cute and all, but from what I've heard, it is just 5 5-minute shorts when it first releases, and then another 5 5-minute shorts somewhere down the line, so I guess if you have an hour to spare or something, you can watch it, have a little giggle, show the kids or something, but aside from that, there's nothing here for me. Number 30. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Look, I know it seems like I am absolutely slandering the Guardians of the Galaxy here, and that's not the case at all. Believe me, Volume 3 is much, much higher on the list. I just don't really see the purpose for this one. If we know that Guardians 3 is going to be some sort of emotional ending where there are going to definitely be some deaths and things like that, and then I Am Groot's kind of just in here too, I don't see the purpose of this holiday special. Sure, it could be good to throw on around Christmas time, have a good little chuckle, but I just don't see what purpose it serves right now. Number 29. The Wonder Man series. I only put this one above the two Guardian-themed projects because I'm actually a little bit intrigued. I know very little, actually next to nothing about Wonder Man, so when they confirmed this series, I was a bit puzzled. I felt like there was a lot more characters out there that could have used the solo project treatment first. Nevertheless, Marvel was confident enough in giving Wonder Man his own series, so I am interested to see what they do with it. Number 28. Agatha Coven of Chaos. Look, if you've been around on the channel for a while now, you will likely know that I have not been shy at all with sharing my thoughts about Agatha Harkness. I think she is a cartoony, annoying, and just unbearable villain. Not Kathryn Hahn, the actress. I think she's exceptional, and she does well in the role because that's what the character is supposed to be. Nevertheless, I don't like the character. I didn't like her in WandaVision at all. She is definitely towards the bottom of my villain rankings, and I have no idea why she got her own show, but nevertheless, people seem to be excited and really love her, so good for them. It's not for me. Will I be watching it? Most likely, because that's what I do, but I am definitely not looking forward to it. Number 27. Werewolf by Night / Untitled Halloween Special. I know next to nothing about what is going on in this Halloween special or Werewolf by Night. I heard that there's a bit of a gray area with what the name's actually going to be. The only thing I do know and that I'm actually looking forward to is that it's actually going to be directed by Michael Giacchino, who is only really known for his composing. He's one of my all-time favorite composers. If he feels confident enough to sit in the director's chair, then I will absolutely give him the benefit of the doubt and be checking this one out. Not to mention, Halloween is my absolute favorite time of year, so look, I'll have something Marvel-themed to watch then. Number 26. Untitled Wakanda Series. We know basically nothing about this one. However, the world of Wakanda is probably my favorite world in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I just feel like there is so much lore, so much history worth exploring. It is stunning to look at, it's filled with colorful characters. So once again, it's just sort of a in Kevin Feige or in Marvel we trust kind of situation. If there is an idea here for a Wakanda series, then they must be confident in it, so I'll give it a shot. Number 25. What If Season 2? In hindsight, I probably could have put this one a bit higher, because I actually did enjoy the first season of What If, and I do feel that if the creators took enough of the constructive criticism from that first season, they could give us an even bigger and better second season. However, for some reason, something in my gut is telling me it's going to be more of the same. I personally would prefer more of a straight-up individual story anthology series, but I think that they're going to try to tie everything together once again and give us an actual season 2 with many of the same characters and continuations of old stories, and if that's the case, then I just don't really care for that. Number 24. Untitled Okoye Series. Look, Danai Gurira is one of the most badass women on the planet. I mean, she is frickin' Michonne from The Walking Dead, and since we never actually got a Michonne spin-off, even though she definitely could have held one up, this is kind of that in-between. She is still a badass warrior, and now you just get to throw her in the world of superheroes and Wakanda and whatnot, so it's essentially Michonne in the MCU. I'm totally on board with that. Danai Gurira, take it away. Number 23, Echo. The last time I did one of these ranked by excitement lists, I had no idea who or what this character was at all. Then we got Hawkeye, now I know. Alaqua Cox gave a brilliant performance, Maya Lopez was actually a very intriguing character, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this series, because I really have no idea. It's actually coming relatively soon and we still know very, very little, but what we do know is that Daredevil is going to be appearing, Charlie Cox once again, and Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin, so those two of the best to ever do it in anything superhero related, paired with Maya Lopez, played by Alaqua Cox, who once again gave a really, really solid performance. I am looking forward to it, honestly. Number 22, Armor Wars. Really, this one only ends up so high up because I am just so happy for Don Cheadle. This guy has been sitting in Tony Stark's shadow as Rhodey, he has been sitting in the background of most of the movies, now it's his time for the spotlight and I am so psyched for him and for it. If you noticed, it didn't appear anywhere at San Diego Comic-Con, however, the writer did confirm afterwards on social media that the series is still absolutely on its way. So, Rhodey, I am here, I am ready, I am hoping that we get another more kind of grounded Iron Man 1-esque adventure, where it doesn't just, blow things out of proportion. I would really love to see just more of a ground level, straight up Iron Man themed adventure, but with Rhodey in the driver's seat. Number 21. Spider-Man Freshman Year. I was a bit mixed on this one last time when I did an excitement list, however we got a ton of new info at San Diego Comic-Con. We got a bunch of character designs, we got plot elements released, it definitely seems like it's no longer a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Tom Holland is not returning to voice the character, and there's a bunch of villains in there that haven't even been briefly mentioned in passing in the MCU, so I'm assuming it's its own thing, and either the writer or the creator, I'm not sure, they said for the panel that they were a big fan of Spectacular Spider-Man, and guess what? I'm a big fan of Spectacular Spider-Man. So look, the animation style looks great, the cast of characters and villains they have on offer look great. Personally, I'm excited for this one. Number 20, She-Hulk Attorney at Law. I am a bit mixed on this one, truthfully. It ends up a bit higher up because we actually have trailers, we have posters, we have pretty much everything but the show. It's only like 2 or 3 weeks away. I'm mixed on it. The CGI in the last trailer is improved, the jokes were a bit funnier, but I just don't know if this one's gonna work. I don't know if people are gonna take to it. I don't know if I'm gonna take to it. It's a fourth wall breaking character. I'm not really that familiar with She-Hulk, and the series looks just okay for me right now, but since it's so close, I'll put it up a bit higher because it's kind of a, I guess we'll wait and see at this point sort of positioning. Number 19, Untitled Nova Series. So it was confirmed not that long ago that Marvel is finally giving the character Nova their own series and or movie. I think they just said they announced a project. I said series. I'm not entirely sure if it's a series. Nevertheless, this is by far one of Marvel's most iconic characters that has yet to appear in the MCU. People are stoked. Once again, I'm not super well versed in the comics. I've read some of the big main storylines and stuff, but I don't know a ton about Nova. Nevertheless, everyone around me being so excited has me excited, so bring it on. Number 18, Marvel Zombies. Last time I did one of these ranked by excitement lists, this one was pretty far down. I thought that the Zombies episode of What If was one of the better episodes, but it just was lacking a certain something, and I couldn't really put my finger on it. But now that they've actually released some details about this show, Marvel Zombies, I know what the episode was missing. And that is the fact that this animated series, yes, it's still animated, is going to be rated TVMA, aka R, restricted. It's going to have a lot of gore. They also released our first look at the list of heroes and the list of zombified heroes, and I personally can't wait, being a massive zombie fan. Number 17, X-Men 97. Once again, we don't really have a ton of info on this one. At San Diego Comic-Con, we got a look at the returning X-Men, some of the new additions, some of the villains, and confirmation that Magneto, who now has a full head of hair, will actually be leading the X-Men in this series. I think it's somewhere between a bit of a sequel and a bit of a soft reboot, but set in the same universe as the original 90s X-Men series. But look, growing up as a kid, I lived off of those 90s superhero cartoons. X-Men was chief among them. X-Men the animated series, X-Men Evolution. I loved all of them, so of course I would be looking forward to this one. Number 16, Ironheart. It's actually pretty exciting to me, the thought that we're going to be getting our first look at Riri Williams in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Sort of in the same boat as Armor Wars. I just kind of want more Iron Man themed heroes once again now that the actual Iron Man, Tony Stark, is gone, and I would love for it to be a more grounded, gritty Iron Man 1-esque adventure when we finally do get to this series. We know that we're getting a Mark I suit in Wakanda Forever. I'd love to see the same journey, but her own version of it. I'm a big fan of the character. I know a lot of people out there are super excited, and I'm just as excited. Number 15, Secret Invasion. I'm not really that excited for this series itself, I'm more so excited for what the series implies. I said a similar thing once again in my last ranking by excitement, that it seems like Secret Invasion is going to lead up to Secret Wars, and now we know that the last Avengers movie, at least the last one of the multiverse saga, is Avengers Secret Wars, so yeah, it seems like this one is planting the seeds to get to Secret Wars. Aside from that though, I am actually excited for the show. I know I kind of brushed it off at the beginning there, but I mean, you have Samuel L. Jackson, Emilia Clarke, Ben Mendelsohn, Olivia Colman, Cobie Smulders. It's got a pretty stacked cast, and once again, I think Marvel knows what they're doing at this point, so I am on board for this one. Number 14, The Marvels.
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
I truthfully, if you asked me a month ago, 2-3 months ago, I thought that this would have been, towards the bottom, bottom 5. I don't care at all for Captain Marvel. I thought it was just an okay at best kind of movie. But now after seeing WandaVision and where Monica Rambeau goes, and now after seeing Miss Marvel, which I had a blast with, I'm actually looking forward to this. I can't wait to see these three team up and take down some massive big baddie. I'm actually looking forward to it. Look, don't hate the player, hate the game. I know a lot of people out there don't like Captain Marvel. I'm similar, I'm in the same boat as you, but with these characters, I have confidence. Number 13, Thunderbolts. So it is to my understanding that Thunderbolts is essentially Marvel's answer to the Suicide Squad. It's a group of villains that are kind of playing that fine line, not necessarily heroes, but more so kind of working in that gray area. And if it is anything like Suicide Squad, or more The Suicide Squad, I am totally here for it. The lineup of villains that are rumored, that has me stoked. And once again, just the idea that, and I think it's a movie actually too, and not a series, so the idea that we could be essentially getting Marvel's version of a very popular, iconic team from DC that has also made 2 very popular movies, yeah, count me in. Number 12, Daredevil Born Again. Okay, hold on. hold on. I understand that we are all worried. I am just as worried. We are all worried that Marvel is going to mess this up. Daredevil was dark. Daredevil was gritty. Daredevil basically gave 0 Fs at all. It was a very violent, very dark, very awesome kick-ass show. People are scared that they're going to Marvelify Daredevil here and make him all like doing, flips and dips and filled with cameos and cracking jokes and stuff like that. I'm not completely convinced yet. I feel like Marvel and all the people that are working on this show are smart enough to realize why people love Daredevil in the first place. We know, once again, of course, Charlie Cox is back. We know Vincent D'Onofrio is back. And we have official confirmation from the horse's mouth himself, Kevin Feige, that this is going to be an 18-episode series. How can you not be absolutely psyched out of your mind if you're a fan of the original series? I think it's once again kind of treading that fine line of it's still the same characters, but in a slightly different world, so it's kind of a sequel, kind of a soft reboot. We'll find out when we get more details, but right now, I love Daredevil. It's one of my probably top 5 to 10 shows of all time, so I just automatically have to be looking forward to this one. Number 11, Deadpool 3. In all honesty, I probably could have put this one ever so slightly higher because I love the first 2 Deadpool movies. However, I'm just gonna take a slight step back. I'm a bit apprehensive because once again, it is a Marvel movie this time. I don't know if it's directly set in the MCU or not. We don't have official confirmation. Although the writers and the people involved and currently working on the movie have said that Marvel has been really hands-off and just kind of very supportive in letting them do their own thing. We do have the original writers back, but we have a new director once again. This time it is Shawn Levy. And though I personally do enjoy most of Shawn Levy's movies, I don't really know how well he's going to work in this more R-rated, raunchy, over-the-top violence sort of category. He typically makes kids movies or more like adventure PG-13 movies. However, him and Ryan Reynolds have an unbelievably tight relationship. They have a very strong bond, and they both said that it would be a dream to work with each other on this project, so they clearly see something there, so I'm just going to trust them and see how it turns out. Number 10, Loki Season 2. Long story short, if you watch all of my Marvel shows ranking, you will know, spoiler alert if you haven't, go check it out if you haven't, Loki was my favorite show. It's my favorite show so far out of any of the MCU Disney Plus series, so naturally I'm going to look forward to Season 2. Number 9, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Honestly, this is another one that's in a similar boat to the Marvels. I enjoy the first 2 Ant-Man movies, but I didn't love them. They're more so towards the bottom of my ranking, in all honesty. They're definitely on the lower half. However, now that more things have unfolded, more details have emerged, I'm actually really excited for this one. Okay, we know that MODOK is going to be making his live-action debut thanks to Comic-Con. We know that Kang the Conqueror is going to be in the movie and potentially the main villain. We've heard that it's going to be a complete tonal shift. It's going to be much darker, much more serious. I'm okay with that. We know Bill Murray's going to be in it. We know we're going to spend more time than ever in the quantum realm. We know that Catherine Newton is now the new Cassie Lang, and she gets her own ant or insect-themed suit. All kinds of crazy stuff going on here. So personally, I think they've won me over on this one. I haven't even seen the trailer or any of the footage, none of that stuff. I read, like, the leaked description and things like that. But from what I've read, what I've heard, what I've seen, they've definitely won me over on this one. And I did not think I was going to be excited for a third Ant-Man movie as much as I am. Number 8, Untitled Spider-Man 4. Don't get too excited, I'm not talking about the absolute long shot, aka never gonna happen, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4. I'm talking about the untitled Tom Holland Spider-Man 4. We know next to nothing, but with the way that No Way Home ended, well, the way that No Way Home turned out, plus the ending, new suit, new lease on life for Peter Parker, a whole new journey. He is now the Spider-Man that people wanted from the beginning. We have heard, at least, I don't know if it's officially confirmed, I think it is, and that's why it's on this list. We have heard confirmation that we are getting a brand new Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy. It would be a shame if we didn't, if something fell through and didn't happen, but last I heard, it's happening. So Spider-Man 4 is ending up on this list and ending up very high up, because of how much I love the other 3 and Tom Holland in the role. Number 7, Captain America: New World Order. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Sam Wilson is Captain America. I do not care if you argue. I do not care for your theories about, oh, Chris Evans is coming back, Steve Rogers is coming back, not my Captain America, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit, okay? Personally, I really don't care. Sam Wilson is Captain America, and not only is Sam Wilson Captain America, but Sam Wilson is getting his own big screen Captain America movie. I am here for it. Sam Wilson, take it away, buddy. Number 6, Fantastic Four. Look, I'm just as surprised as you are that this one is still ending up so high up. I think it's even higher up than ever before on my list, even though we still know nothing. I don't even know if we have a confirmed director now after John Watts dropped out. We know nothing about the casting. We don't even really know, no, we do know when this movie's coming. It's like the end of 2024. This is like still 2 years away. But it's the Fantastic Four finally coming to the MCU. It's Marvel's first family, one of the most iconic superhero teams of all time, out of anything superhero related. Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, this, that, anything. One of the most popular superhero teams out there, so how could we not have this up towards the top in terms of anticipation? Number 5, Blade. Look, straight up, Blade is one of the most, if not the most badass character in Marvel's massive catalog, so there's a lot of competition there. And we know that Mahershala Ali is playing Blade. That's it. That's all there is to it. Number 4, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Last time I did one of these lists, Black Panther Wakanda Forever was way back. Way further back than where it is right now. But the trailer dropped at Comic-Con, dropped to the public, and I am 1,000,000% on board with this one now. I was very skeptical after the passing of Chadwick Boseman, but I understand now why they're doing it. I knew why they were doing it anyway, but now after seeing the trailer, I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it to honor Chadwick, they're doing it to honor the character, and they're doing it because they feel like that's what he would have wanted, and they are dedicating this movie to him, and that is written all over every single piece of this trailer. I am so looking forward to this one. I can't wait to see Namor. I can't wait to see Riri Williams. I can't wait to see what happens with Wakanda in this giant battle that looks like it's going on. I just can't wait for all of it. The music choice was on point. The cinematography looks amazing. The score sounds absolutely beautiful. And I cannot wait to see who ends up in the Black Panther suit, probably in the last act of the movie, I'm assuming. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. The first Guardians of the Galaxy is among my absolute favorite MCU movies. It's somewhere in the top 10. The second one's a bit farther back, but it has grown on me over the years. We don't have a ton about this one. We know that we're not getting any of the footage or the trailers or anything that was shown at Comic-Con because James Gunn said he's not quite satisfied yet with where the VFX is. However, a lot of information has come out, and I am scared for these characters, y'all. James Gunn said that this is the end of this era of the Guardians and that he's done with the characters after this, but he did also say that just because some stories have to end doesn't mean all the characters need to die. However, personally, just gonna get this out there right quick, I'm guessing Rocket Raccoon and Drax are going to bite the dust. Nevertheless, I am sure that this is going to be an emotional roller coaster of the movie, arguably one of the most emotional movies to ever hit the MCU. They said it's darker, they said it's more serious, they said the stakes are higher than ever, so James Gunn, my friend, show me what you got. Number 2, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. Well, this seems to be what we're leading up to now. A lot of people were complaining that Phase 4 had no direction. I kept trying to tell them and many others saying, we know that Kang is out there. Kang the Conqueror, that's the next big baddie. That's what we're leading towards, is Kang the Conqueror, while also getting a bunch of new heroes for the roster. Now we know, the Kang Dynasty, Avengers 5. So that's it, it's an Avengers movie. It doesn't come out for like 3 years, but it's an Avengers movie. It's the next Avengers movie, the first one since Endgame, so of course it's gonna end up super high up. Number 1, Avengers: Secret Wars. Yeah, you shouldn't be at all surprised. Once again, no information at all aside from the fact that this is titled Secret Wars. One of the biggest storylines in Marvel's entire catalog. Decades upon decades of work. Secret Wars stands out above much of the rest. We know that Kang the Conqueror is going to be the main villain of the Kang Dynasty, obviously, but it seems like maybe the Avengers might have dealt with Kang by the end of this 5th Avengers movie, and the 6th one is going to be all about the secret invasion with the Skrulls taking over, or maybe they have some other crazy mixed match plan. Maybe it's titled Secret Wars, takes a bit of inspiration from Secret Wars, brings Kang back and makes him, you know, just as big, if not bigger than Thanos. I don't really know what they have planned, but it is another ending Avengers movie. Ending as in they've confirmed that that's the end of Phase 6, potentially the last phase of anything MCU, who knows, because obviously this can't go on forever, and they also said that's the end of the multiverse saga. So once again, we have an Avengers movie that's taking everything to a close, and I could not possibly be more hyped for this one, even though we are still over 3 years away. It'll be 3 years in November. I am already counting down the days. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my ranking. While you're at it, feel free to let me know how you would have ranked all 31 of these confirmed MCU projects from your least to your most excited. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to see more content, consider subscribing to my channel and ringing that little bell icon. That way you can be notified about all of my latest uploads. And as always, stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. And that's a wrap. Hey you, yeah you, if you made it this far, just know I appreciate you. And while you're here, consider hitting that subscribe button.